Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7fm.com. This is your Z107.7 local news for Thursday, August 10th, 2023. A Lake Havasu woman was arrested for investigation of DUI and child endangerment after a Saturday night crash that injured 4 people and caused a major power outage. According to Sheriff's Deputy Jay Sumter, on August 5th at about 10:50 p.m., Alexis Hernandez, 28, was driving a white Ford SUV north on Yucca Mesa Road and collided into the rear of a red Jeep Wrangler turning left onto Barron. The force of the collision caused both vehicles to overturn and the red Jeep Wrangler to collide into an Edison pole. 3 occupants of the Jeep, a 48-year-old resident of Yucca Valley, 23-year-old resident of Yucca Valley, 14-year-old resident of Yucca Valley, and a 1-year-old resident of Lake Havasu, Arizona was in the SUV, and they were transported to a local hospital for treatment of injuries. The collision caused a power disruption to a large portion of Yucca Valley and Joshua Tree for several hours. Yucca Mesa Road near Barron Drive was closed due to large amounts of debris. Southern California Edison responded to assess the damage and restore power. Alexis Hernandez was arrested for investigation of driving under the influence and child endangerment likely to cause bodily harm or death. Hernandez was booked into the Central Detention Center where she later posted bail and was released from custody. The mother of Parker Lee Schumacher was called to the stand Wednesday to testify in the case of the state of California versus Arthur Davies. Carissa Casavari began dating Arthur Davies in December of 2017 and had moved in with Davies to a residence in January of 2018. Casavari described a rocky relationship not long after that, with text messages produced by the prosecution that shows Carissa and Arthur disagreeing over how Carissa's son Parker was disciplined. The mother stated early in her testimony that Davies, quote, thought I should discipline in ways that I didn't want to discipline him in. Casavari went on to describe a change in Parker's demeanor when Arthur Davies was present, saying the normally independent and happy child turned clingy when Davies was around, including the day in question where Arthur Davies is accused of causing the blunt force trauma that ended 17-month-old Parker Lee Schumacher's life. Prosecuting attorney Charles Sway walked the mother through February 10th of 2018, the day in question. Casavari said she was doing laundry in a nearby room about 15 feet away from the trailer her and Davies were living in. Casavari says she left about 4 times to change the laundry, gone for no more than 4 or 5 minutes at a time. The 4th time Casavari briefly left to the laundry room is when she returned to find her son on the living room floor with Davies, who reportedly asked her, has he done this before? Prosecution ended their initial round of questioning showing 8 photographs, 4 before the incident showing a smiling Parker with his grandma, by himself, and with Davies. 4 other photographs followed showing Parker after the day in question, lying in a hospital bed in Desert Medical and in Loma Linda. When asked to identify the pictures, a visibly upset Casavari said, that's Parker. Defense focused on scrutinizing the timeline provided by the mother, as well as discussing an incident where Parker hit his head a short time before he was allegedly murdered the day of February 10th, 2018. We'll have a longer version of this story on our website that details more testimony, and coverage of this trial will continue when court reconvenes on Monday morning. The Morongo Valley Community Services District Board of Directors will be holding a special meeting at Covington Park's multipurpose room at 10 a.m. Assignment reporter Gabriel Hart has this meeting's agenda for us today.
For the special meeting's agenda, the MVCSD board will appoint a new director to replace the position of Fire Commissioner Michael Emery, who resigned in June. This will be the last vacancy of the board to be filled, returning the board to their full 5 members. The board will also hold a budget workshop to create and discuss a preliminary budget for the 2023-24 fiscal year. Reporting for Z107.7, this is assignment reporter Gabriel Hart.
The Morongo Basin Community Health Center Governing Board holds their regular meeting tonight at 6 p.m. On their agenda is the consideration of a $602,000 grant to support the Split Rock expansion, as well as an update on that project. The board will also consider changes to patient right policies and receive a financial report. This meeting is open to the public and begins at 6 p.m. at the Healthcare District's administrative offices at 6530 La Contenta Road, Suite 400 in Yucca Valley. The Copper Mountain College Board of Trustees meets in regular session this afternoon to consider the board's annual goals, review an organizational chart, address human resource issues including hirings, and take comments from the public. This public meeting begins at 3 p.m. at the Bell Center Community Room at Copper Mountain College. Acrisure Arena in Palm Desert is holding a job fair today from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. The arena is seeking employees to work in hospitality positions, including cooks, dishwashers, lead cooks, warehouse staff, cashiers, bartenders, and barbacks. Everyone is welcome at this job fair. Bring a resume to the main entrance of Acrisure Arena, located at 75702 Varner Road in Palm Desert. There's a back-to-school backpack and food giveaway happening tomorrow. Join us with details on the giveaway is News Director Jeff Harmatz.
The Morongo Unified School District will be distributing backpacks and food at an event at Joshua Tree Elementary on August 11th. This year, the annual event is in partnership with the Joshua Tree Sportsman's Club, Community Action Partnerships, Morongo Basin Healthcare District, San Bernardino County Superintendent of Schools, Unity Home, San Bernardino County, and Joshua Tree Rotary, and will run from 9 a.m. to noon at Joshua Tree Elementary School. The school is located at 4950 Sunburst Avenue in Joshua Tree. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Jeff Harmetz.
The Friends of the Yucca Valley Library have procured a unique book with close ties to the high desert, and they're auctioning it off during the month of August. Joining us with more on that is Gary Dagneau.
Renowned botanical artist Henry Mockel and his wife self-published a notebook titled Mockel's Desert Flower Notebook in 1962. It's filled with 133 of Mockel's artwork and descriptions of our region's varied flora. You may recognize Henry Mockel's name from the exhibit of beautiful high desert wildflower serigraphs that just wrapped at the High Desert Nature Museum. There are examples of some of the serigraphs in the book alongside illustrations, photographs, and sketches of the wildflowers that color our high desert. The notebook, up for auction, is from 1971 and features a signature from Henry and Beverly Mockel. All proceeds from the auction of the unique wildflower book will go to funding the Yucca Valley Library and their special programs. The online auction will be open for bids until the end of the month. You can see pictures of the notebook and find a link where you can bid on the book at this story on our website. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Gary Dagneau.
Speaking of the library, it's Thrifty Thursday at the bookstore located just inside the Yucca Valley Library. That means senior citizens can enjoy a buy one, get one on all books and DVDs, and they start at $1. All proceeds go back into the library. The Center for Healthy Generations is holding a picnic this weekend, and everyone is invited. From 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday, August 12th, the picnic at the center will include barbecue chicken, homemade potato salad, corn on the cob, and ice cream sundaes with toppings galore. The picnic is Saturday, but the tickets can be purchased today and Friday at the front desk. The Center for Healthy Generations is located at 57121 Sunny Slope Drive in Yucca Valley. You can give them a call at 760-365-9661. This Friday's Up Close show with Gary Dagneau will give you the opportunity to call in live and talk to the chairman of the San Bernardino County Board of Supervisors. Dawn Rao will be in the studio bringing her constituents an update on what is going on in the county. Questions about land use, VHR ordinances, and future plans and projects will be discussed. You can listen and call into the Z107.7 Up Close show, now in its 34th year, Fridays from 10 to 11 a.m. right here on Z107.7. And finally, the York Fire in the Mojave National Preserve remains at 93,078 acres with 93% containment. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Firefighters are still out patrolling for hot spots while maintaining established containment lines. Some resources are being released from the incident so they're able to respond to other incidents in the area as they occur. Adequate support will remain on the York Fire to respond to fire activity. There is a chance of showers and thunderstorms over the fire area, and crews will be prepared for the weather. According to the National Park Service, the incident will soon move into the Burned Area Emergency Response Stage, or BAER. The BEAR team will identify imminent post-wildfire threats to human life and safety, property, and critical natural or cultural resources within the York Fire footprint. Fires remove vegetation, which exposes the soil to erosion and increased water runoff. This may lead to flooding, increased sediment, debris flow, damage to resources, and risks to human safety. We'll keep you updated as the York Fire moves towards 100% containment. And that's your local news. You can hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. More Morongo Basin residents get their local news from Z107.7 than any other source. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Hayden.